So the Cathedral of the Madeline on South Temple, downtown Salt Lake. Built in 1909, it actually took them 10 years to finish. It is a true historic treasure here in Salt Lake City. One of the designers was a guy named Carl Newhausen, who also designed the Kearns Mansion. That's where the governor lives. He and a guy named Bernard Mecklenburg designed the Cathedral of the Madeline in the late 1800s. He designed more than 30 cathedrals in the United States. The interior of the building was not at all like this when it first opened. It was mostly plain white with green columns. Enter the cathedral's second bishop, Bishop Glass, who oversaw the renovation of the interior of the building. He took over in 1915. This was done in 1917. And that's where we see kind of this Gothic architecture on the interior of the building that is just amazing to look at. And when they did the redesign of the interior, they put these bands on the columns on the inside, and that is a Native American pattern to tribute to the Native American tribes. Back in 1917, that was really forward thinking for the time.
Okay, so I was looking on the website and it says there are 257 angels depicted within the Cathedral of the Madeline. So I was trying to count them. So I'm like, this one, this one, this one. And I asked, and Father Diaz was like, oh no, we just totally made that number up. Like, nobody really knows how many angels there are, but 257 sounds good. If you go on the official website, it says 257. Totally made up number. I love that so much. That's so awesome.
I've driven past this building so many times. I've seen it in movies, and this is, I think, only my second time coming in here. And for some reason, I didn't think that you could just walk in. And you can totally just walk in, right?
You can totally walk in. We're open every day.
And even if I'm not like a church-going guy, you can just stroll in and just enjoy.
Walk in, non-church-going guy, you can enjoy it. A lot of people come in, sit down, and just take a quiet time. People want to pray quietly, they're welcome. Or walk around and enjoy the beautiful building, they're welcome.
When you look at the outside of this building, it's actually very much the same as it was back then, correct?
Yes, originally. Actually, the front steps are different. They've changed the front steps probably in the 1930s.
So it's brand new, yeah, 1930s.
This little square, this triangle, is not carved as the others are carved.
Okay.
Okay. And so they left this one uncarved because you cannot have human perfection.
Hidden panel in the wall? Oh, no way.
And there's the font controls.
Oh, so cool.
So obviously one of the most prominent features of the Cathedral of the Madeline are the beautiful stained glass windows that they have surrounding all four sides of the building. There used to be more on the backside. As you can see, the arches. But when they remodeled the interior of the building in 1917, they took all the windows down. Then when they put them all back up, 5 were missing. Where'd they go? I assume they're in a college dorm room somewhere, but most likely they're in another church somewhere.
So in the 1920s, somebody decides they're going to sneak in and steal all the pipes for the organ loft. And luckily, the bishop just happened to be in the building at the time. He was the only one here. And he caught the guy trying to sneak up into the organ loft and managed to, thwart the theft. This organ was actually put here in 1993.
We've kind of broken off from our own and we're looking for the original tomb of Bishop Scanlon. So Bishop Scanlon was originally buried in the basement of the Cathedral of the Madeline. Bishop Scanlon's body has since been moved to the cathedral, but underneath the cathedral where he was originally buried is actually behind one of these doors. Downstairs they have like some classrooms, and behind one of these doors in the Sunday school is like a marble tomb. Problem is, these doors, they're locked. The person who has the key passed away a few years ago, and nobody knows where the key is. So we'll have to do a follow-up video at some point.
Okay, so this is the door to the...
This is the door to the bell tower. And then...
Oh, no way, dude. Right that looks so sketchy.
Through there. So there are no ropes, no Quasimodo
There's
pulling,
no hunchback up there.
No hunchback pulling. It's all electronic, and we can program what we want the bells to do. At the death of the prophet, the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, the hearse will come by on South Temple.
Okay.
And so when the hearse and the procession come by, we toll our bells.
In all of the cool shots we've done, this is one of the best things I've ever been able to do. We're climbing the bell tower of the Cathedral of the Madeline. I just wanted to say that out loud. So we're above the cathedral portion of the Cathedral of the Madeline. It's remarkable how old a building can be and how modern and safe a building can be at the same time. This would be the cathedral here. So we're standing above the organ loft right here. So the rose window that you see from South Temple is right underneath where I'm standing. Okay, so right now we're above the altar, right above where the congregation would be facing in the Cathedral of the Madeline. And this is a lighting fixture built into the building. So where I'm sitting now was put here more than 100 years ago. So the first two bells were added in 1917, and there were only two bells in the tower until the 1990s. The first two bells, Joseph and Mary. The second two bells were named Michael and Cecilia, and they have those names today. So they celebrate joyous occasions, they celebrate sad occasions if they're mourning. They also toll every quarter hour, which is coming up, and if these things go off while I'm standing next to it, it's gonna scare the pants off me and I'm gonna say a bad word at church. I don't know what else to say up here other than the view is absolutely gorgeous, and I don't think we were supposed to come up this far. But we climbed to the top tower. We're actually 2 levels above the bells in the West Tower, overlooking Salt Lake City, and it's gorgeous. So, of course, a big thanks to Father Diaz and everybody here at the Cathedral of the Madeline for letting us come in and look around today. What an amazing look at Utah history. It's absolutely incredible. So, plus we got to make some mischief, which, you know, that's always a good time. In the meantime, like it, subscribe to it, and comment below on what you want to see next time on Cool Stuff in Utah. Mwah!
Yeah.
Now walking by, do the Cupid shuffle.
It was actually pretty good, honestly.
About a